Hello everyone, and welcome once again to Let's Play Morrowind. Last time when we left off, I had arrived here in the home of Meberius Harmavus, who, judging by the bottles carelessly strewn about, seems to have a drinking problem. Oh well, let's chat with him. Background. I am Meberius Harmavus, warrior. Imperial cult, latest rumors, little advice. Things are pretty tame hereabouts, but get off the roads and head northwest into the Bitter Coast or northeast into the Ashlanders and things get a lot more interesting in a hurry. Little secret. My trade. I'm a warrior by trade. I know how to fight when necessary, but I'd much rather look so tough that critters give up or run away when they see me. Personally, I favor long blades of all kinds. They use long blades of many different styles and craftsmanships here in Morrowind, and I wear medium armor for a decent balance of protection and mobility. But I train with various weapon types and armor types, and like any good warrior, I'm my own armorer. Don't want to fight with worn weapons in worn armor. Pelagiad? Services, Solstheim, someone in particular, specific place. There you go. That's it for him. I believe he's the same as the others in that we can steal
Go ahead, stranger.
in front of him, consequence-free.
Grab him!
Yep. No problem.
You've stolen for the last time.
I rather enjoy this. It's like there are a few people with the cojones to fight you. Most of them won't do anything if there's not a guard present. Guards, on the other hand, of course, are paid to enforce the laws, so they will. It actually makes a degree of sense if you kind of let yourself be taken away by it.
You've stolen for the last time.
Come on, get in there. Why can't we get to those plates, huh? And now we're stuck.
Grab him!
Ridiculous. Hold on. Hold on.
Yes? You've made your last mistake, thief.
We got a whole different set of
Grab him!
alchemy ingredients.
You've stolen for the last time.
So
You've
That
stolen for the last time.
that actually...
You've stolen for the last time.
Shut up, dude.
Grab him!
That actually confirms something interesting, which is that the contents of anything that's randomly generated aren't set until you actually open whatever the thing is. So that is very interesting to check out. Let's quick load so we jump
Go ahead, stranger.
as little as possible
Where did I put that?
while still
Guards! A thief!
being able to get stuff.
You've made your last mistake, thief.
Another nice big set of
You've
alchemy
made your
ingredients.
Last mistake, thief.
That's always
You've
nice.
stolen for the last time. Grab him! Grab him! Help! Guards! A thief! You've stolen for the last time.
Have I? Have I really? Survey says, doubtful. What the fuck? Huh. We actually fell through into the other part of the cell. I'm mainly trying to see if there's anything in there or not. That's just TCL. Sometimes it's the only way. No, it's blank. Let's quick load because we jumped a bunch of times and we need to conserve those acrobatics increases. Looks like we actually can't search the bottom crate. There's nothing in between there. Let's get those last couple of ingredients. Oh, look! His trapdoor is locked. That's interesting. Well, we're going to pick that lock. Naturally. We're about due for an increase in security anyway, so... what am I thinking? Odds are high enough here, above 1 in 10. Like I said, I'm not going to bother off-screening it. It might take a while, but 1 in 10 isn't too bad. Just depends how lucky you get, which incidentally is one of my enduring complaints about Morrowind and kind of why the difficulty curve in the game is so broken. A lot of people who I think are just blinded by nostalgia and trying to defend everything about the older game, will say that these dice roll-based systems were superior, but I disagree, and I think the broken difficulty curve is largely a function of the fact that everything is purely stat-based. So, when you're low level, you just can't really do anything except bash your head against the wall until the dice rolls go your way. Similarly, when you're high level, even if you're fucking up, there's just nothing a lot of things can do to you. And that still is kind of how a difficulty curve is supposed to go, but it should be a bit more gradual, I think, in most cases. In Morrowind, there's a real statistical inflection point once, oh, there's another pillow there. Could have sworn I was seeing another brush, and it turns out I was right. Alright, let's look over here. There's a 25 locked small chest. Now that one's tougher. That's, we've got around a 1 in 20 chance of opening that. But we can still do it, I think, without having to go off screen. And actually, I think our odds are better than that, because I've already been able to unlock level 35 stuff, so... Oh yeah, just kidding. That means that 20 I was actually closer to a 15% chance. This one is around a 10% chance, which should still be A-okay for most purposes. Is the other one locked too? Let's just look. Yep. It's only level 15. Still, lots of locks. Lots of security experience. Stuff comes at a premium, so it's good. Alright, let's do that. And let's do this one. Wow, come on. This is only supposed to be about a 1 in 5. Which, granted, is still low, but shouldn't take this many tries, surely. There we go. And security hit 16. Which means we'll have to go check the level 40 locks again to see if we can open them. We'll do that. That we will do off screen. Because I suspect now we are going to be able to. But the big downside, of course, is that let's say it is now possible to open a level 40 lock. It's going to require a huge amount of save scumming because our odds will be, of course, 1 in 100. You'll notice, too, that I started working on the Apprentice's Armorer's Hammer rather than the Repair Prongs, just because I don't like it as much. So I'd rather burn through it, ideally while I'm adventuring around in town, rather than carrying it into a dungeon where limitations on carry weight are a much bigger concern. So here we are again. I don't think I found anything I needed to save, except for alchemy ingredients. Looking specifically at Comberry and Bloat, which I've already built healthy stacks of, which are going to get even bigger. Alright, two things are going to happen when I go off screen. I'm going to do an alchemy session, of course, and I'm also going to run back to Satanine and After the alchemy session, I will I will go ahead and sell everything to Mebestien Ence. Then I will run back to Satanine to check whether 16 security is sufficient to pick open the level 40 lock at Ariel's trade house. You'll see me either in Satanine with that door open or back here telling you that we still can't open it. One of those two things is coming up next. I will see you then. Alright folks, so in the alchemy session I did get a skill increase. It's up to 50, and 16 security is sufficient to unlock the level 40 door up here. So let's head inside, close it up. We now have another level 20 lock, which is going to be naturally much easier to deal with. However, keep in mind we're inside a trade house, so as thrilling as it may be to get into these locks, just do bear in mind that we should only pick up things we need, because we can't sell everything to Ariel. And we can't sell it to anybody, because I think I explained this pretty adequately early on, but say I steal the pillow off the bed. At that point, if I ever try to sell any pillow to Ariel, then he'll believe it's his. Every pillow in the game will get a stolen tag for Ariel. So it wouldn't be that big a deal because I'm more or less done using him as a merchant, but nevertheless, I think, generally speaking, we should probably not, except, as I think about it, I think there's something that we actually want under the pillow. We'll see about that once I get this other lock open. Alright, well, if I had a 1 in 100 shot at the other one, it means I have a 1 in 5 shot at this one, so come on, team. This shouldn't be that hard. It's sure acting like it, isn't it? Goodness gracious, come on. There we go. Alright, let's see what's inside. We have a common belt, ring, robe, shoes, and amulet. Expensive amulet. There's no need for any of that, so we'll just leave it all where it is. Let's head over here. I am pretty darn sure there is something under this pillow. Let me see. Yep. Steel Dagger of Swiftblade. Enchanted, cast when used, fortify short blade, 7 points on self. There's also an Imperial Newt Scale Cuirass under the bed, which is fairly good if for some reason you don't have Tribunal, but if we do, the Dark Brotherhood armor we already have is obviously superior. So the only thing we'll actually be taking is that steel dagger. Alright, good. Wonderful. Okay. Sorry about that. Just had to take a few notes. So this is cast on used. We actually already have a short blade that's definitely better as well. But the what are the words I'm looking for? Hold on, I can think, I promise.
Yes?
We still want that steel dagger because it's cast when used, so we'll be able to use it to raise the enchant skill later on. Anyway, let's just head back to Pelagiad. I don't like to fight respawns, as you know. Now, at this point, when I ran over here, there had been a dead rat here from our first trip. He had respawned, but it was a scrib, which of course is non-hostile and easily avoided, and that is still the case. That's perfect. So let's just drop that cool little steel dagger off in Judelay's house. And then because I still can't unlock Anasi's house, nor can I unlock the guard tower. The next place to check out is actually Mebestien's shop. I think the first thing to do, let me see. I need to pull up his page on my laptop so that I will know what does and doesn't respawn out of the things I might want. These are all upgraded clothes, but there's no actual reason to steal them because I won't be enchanting anything until I get to the exquisite level. Anything else I bought would ultimately just wind up being vendor trash. Let's try the sack. That's nothing. Now I need to be careful with alchemy ingredients. I need to make sure that anything I steal isn't going to respawn. Point of fact, he has no respawning alchemy ingredients.
Guards!
So, we should probably wait for our fatigue to recharge. And then we can loot ingredients willy-nilly. Now what about soul gems? Let me see. That soul gem is just there for me to take. As are all ingredients. Alright. Now this one I need to pay attention to. So, out of here I would take the silver darts, but they respawn. I would take the silver throwing stars, but they also respawn, so I'll just let him keep stacking. The glass arrows do not respawn, so we can steal those. The silver arrows and silver bolts both do respawn, so we can leave those be. Interestingly, yeah, and all that would just wind up being vendor trash, so I'll leave that alone. Okay, that's it. for now. Same is true of that. Oh wait, I almost forgot. I need to check this stuff for damage. See if there's anything I can repair. Okay, nothing in that chest. Nothing in that crate.
Well, I find myself in pleasant company. Please, share your thoughts.
The chitin shortbow and bone mold shield are both in need of repairs, so I should buy both of them. We'll just sell the chitin shortbow back to him, because I have a, after I take it home and repair it, because I have a
Go ahead, stranger.
longbow, which is better, but the bone mold shield will be keeping. The ash yam is definitely just for taking. Don't need any of that. Should buy that iron halberd to repair and sell back to him. I should probably be keeping notes on all this too. Alright, good. Now let's search around in here. All ingredients are fair game. Let's head upstairs now. The guard patrols both floors, annoyingly. We have the Alchemist's Formulary, which is surprisingly not a skill book, but we can go ahead and read it and take it off the list. So let's do that. The Alchemist's Formulary is off the list. The Alchemist's Formulary, Healer's Recipes. Healers should all know the recipes for the following popular potions. Fortunately, in most cases, the ingredients are common and cheaply obtained. To restore health to the afflicted and wounded, combine in equal parts 2 or more of the following cheap and common ingredients: marshmallow, wickweed, cork bulb root, and salt rice. Marshmallow is an important crop of the Ascadian Isles, but it also grows wild in the Grazelands and on Azura's coast. Wickweed is a wild ashland grain that grows in the Grazelands. Cork bulb grows best in the Ascadian Isles. Most salt rice comes from southeastern Morrowind, but there are also some new and prospering farms and plantations in the Ascadian Isles. Salt rice occasionally grows wild in the Grazelands and on Azura's coast. To restore fatigue after heavy exertion, combine 2 or more of the following: crab meat, bread, small kwama egg, and chokeweed. Crab meat is taken from the mud crab, commonly found along all coasts. Bread in Morrowind is usually baked from salt rice flour. Kwama eggs are harvested from egg mines and sold everywhere in Morrowind. The smaller eggs retain properties lost in later states of gestation. Chokeweed is a tough shrub growing in the rocky highlands of the West Gash. To cure common diseases, combine grave dust and green lichen. Grave dust is spirit-affinitive dust taken from remains buried in consecrated ground. Green lichen is a hardy, primitive plant that grows in the Ascadian Isles and Azura's coast. To restore magicka for spellcasting, combine comberry and frost salts. Comberry is a bitter berry used to make wines. It grows mainly in the Ascadian Isles. Frost salts, by contrast, are rare and expensive. These crystalline compounds precipitate from elemental frost in solution. Such residues may be collected from the remains of frost atronachs that have been banished from the mortal plane. Traveler's recipes. Pilgrims and travelers will find the following inexpensive recipes of particular interest. Feather reduces the weary traveler's burdens and can be gained from heather and scuttle. Heather is a low evergreen shrub of the Escadian Isles known for its small pinkish-purple flowers. Scuttle, Vardenfell's favorite local dish, is similar to cheese and made from the flesh of local beetles. Levitation can be produced from any two of the following ingredients: trauma root, racer plumes, and coda flowers. A thick, bitter-tasting root of the trauma shrub grows in the Ashlands, Molag Amur, and Red Mountain regions. Racer plumes are plucked from dead cliff racers. Coda flowers are collected from the primitive draggletail plant of the Bitter Coast. The power of water breathing is handy for travelers. A potion may be made from two or more of the following ingredients: luminous rusula, hackle lowleaf, and quamacuddle. Luminous rusula is a squat, mottled brown and green toadstool mushroom of the Bitter Coast region. Hackle lowleaf is a succulent leaf of the Grayslands, prized for its taste and its restorative powers. Quamacuddle is a tough, waxy substance that comes from sacs in the mouths of quama. Adventurers' recipes. Unfortunately, the potions most favored by adventurers require more rare and expensive ingredients. There are exceptions, like the easy and affordable recipe for Fire Shield, but most such potions require at least one ingredient with high cost in coin or blood. Fire Shield potions can be made from comberry and slode soap. Comberry is the bitter berry of the Escadian Isles. Slode soap is a waxy substance made from the immature, non-sentient forms of the slode. Slode soap is not expensive, but is only rarely stocked by apothecaries or alchemists and cannot be collected locally. An adventurer can fortify his strength with a potion made from ash yams and droog wax. Ash yam is a tough tuberous root vegetable common to the Escadian Isles region. Droog wax is a tough, waxy substance scraped from droog shells. Droog are powerful aquatic creatures, and hunting them for their hides and wax is a dangerous occupation. Invisibility, one of the most prized effects of potions, can be made only from crushed diamonds and bittergreen petals. Bittergreen is a red flowering plant growing in the Red Mountain region. Diamonds, on the other hand, are very rare and expensive and usually must be purchased from fine alchemists. So there we go. Let's look around up here. No need to care about any of this. There's another new book there that's actually going to kick off a quest.
Any time now.
When we read it. Before I do that, let me head over here. Get ingredients from these. Where there are any, anyway. Okay, we can't open that yet. So let me just make a note of it in my backlog. Okay. We search the closet, we come up blank. Check under the pillow, but nothing there. Rusted chest has a few gold in it. And that leaves the Pilgrim's Path, which we should go ahead and read. Your journal has been updated. The Pilgrim's Path. The pilgrim must visit each of the shrines of the Seven Graces. At each site, the pilgrim must stand before the three-sided stone triolith and read the inscription. To ease the pilgrim's task, the temple has made this list of shrines along with directions and advice to pilgrims. The blessings of each shrine last at least a half day. The Fields of Kumu, Shrine of Humility. Here Lord Vivek met a poor farmer whose guar had died. The farmer could not harvest his muck without his guar, and he could not provide for his family or his village. So the Lord Vivek removed his fine clothes and toiled in the fields like a beast of burden until the crop was harvested. It is at the Fields of Kumu we go to pray for the same humility Lord Vivek showed on that day. The fields of Kumu are west of Suran on the north shore of Lake Amaya as you head towards Pelagiad. The shrine is between two rocks and most easily noticed while traveling east along the road. Alof's farm nearby has a small dock on the north bank of Lake Amaya. This is the only dock nearby which Alof kindly allows servants of the temple to use. It is customary to leave a portion of muck at the shrine to represent Vivek's humility. To stop the moon, the shrine of daring. When Sheogorath rebelled against the tribunal, he tricked the moon Bar Dao into forsaking its appointed path through oblivion. The mad star inspired the moon to hurl itself upon Vivek's new city, which Sheogorath claimed was built in mockery of the heavens. When Vivek learned of Sheogorath's scheme, he froze the rogue moon in the sky with a single gesture and the grace of his countenance. Overwhelmed by the courage and daring of Vivek, the moon Bar Dao swore itself to eternal service of the tribunal and all its works. Thus the moon now stands guard over the palace and serves as a citadel for the temple's ordinators. The Shrine of Daring is found in the city of Vivek, in the Temple District, along the western wall of the High Fane, the great temple of Vardenfell. When you address the shrine, it is customary to leave behind a potion of rising force. Now I'm making a note of all these things that we need to save to leave at the shrines. Suitable potions may be purchased from the temple. Homemade potions are not acceptable. The Palace, Shrine of Generosity. Long after Lord Nerevar and the Tribunal triumphed over Dagoth-Ur, the people wished to build a monument to the heroes of that war. Vivek thanked them, but said that it would be better to dedicate a monument not only to the glorious heroes, but to all people, great and small, who suffered and died in the war. It became the custom to make offerings here, either in thanks of our good fortune or for those less fortunate. The Shrine of Generosity is on the top steps of Vivek's Palace, the southernmost canton of Vivek City. The customary donation for those in good fortune is 100 gold. The Puzzle Canal, the Shrine of Courtesy. In a battle with Mehrunes Dagon, Vivek gave his own silver longsword to the Daedra Lord rather than dishonor himself by fighting an unarmed foe. This so impressed the Dromora, the most honorable and chivalrous of Mehrunes Dagon's Daedric servants, that they now share a bond of respect and courtesy with the followers of the Tribunal, though we must never forget that they are our enemies. The Shrine of Courtesy is found in the heart of the Puzzle Canal, a labyrinth beneath Lord Vivek's palace in the city of Vivek. The journey through the Puzzle Canal can be confusing, and it is suggested that common pilgrims carry a scroll of Almcivi intervention in case they get lost. The Dromora Kratzt is found in the center of the Puzzle Canal, and will accept a plain silver longsword if spoken to with courtesy. After Kratzt accepts the sword, pilgrims must read the inscription on the triolith. The Mask of Vivek, Shrine of Justice. Near the altar is Vivek's ash mask. In the days of fire, when Dagoth-Ur first crept back into Red Mountain and awakened it, Vivek led refugees here as they fled the ash and blight. Weary, they rested here a while. When Vivek awoke, he found himself and all his followers encased in casts of grey ash. Frozen like a sleeping statue and unable to free himself or help his people, Vivek was filled with despair. Vivek's tears weakened his ash caste. He tore the ash from his perished followers, breathed life into their lungs, and cured them of the blight. This is Vivek's heroism. His tender heart provides strength when his might fails. The Shrine of Justice is guarded within the Nissus Temple in the village of Nissus, northwest by road from the town of Alderun. When you address the shrine, it is customary to leave a potion of cure common disease as a token of your respect for justice. Suitable potions may be purchased from temple. Homemade potions are not acceptable. Coal Cave, the Shrine of Valor. Within the Coal Cave, Vivek fought a battle with Ruddy Man, the father of the Droog. When he defeated Ruddy Man, Vivek spared his life on the condition that Ruddy Man and his children would give up their tough hides to serve as armor for the Dunmer. The Shrine of Valor is inside the Coal Cave, a cavern on the seacoast west of the ancient stronghold Barandus and south of Nissus. The cave mouth faces south towards the sea and is marked by a large natural arch of stone. The region is wilderness, and finding the cave mouth can be difficult. Droog within the cave itself are fearsome enemies. Only experienced and capable adventurers should attempt to reenact the epic battle with the Droog in the cave. Droog wax may be bought at the temple in Nissus. When you address the shrine, it is customary to leave a portion of droog wax as a token of Vivek's victorious struggle with Ruddy Man. The Ghost Fence, the Shrine of Pride. The Ghost Fence is a lasting symbol of the indomitable will and power of Almcivi, and a monument to Dunmer pride in overcoming its enemies. The Shrine of Pride is found within the Ghost Fence, just northeast of the Ghost Gate itself. The safest route to Ghost Gate is along the Foyada Mamea, a volcanic ravine running from the top of Red Mountain southwest to its end just below Balmora. An old Dwemer bridge crosses the Foyada near Fort Moonmoth. A pilgrim may follow the Foyada Mamea all the way to Ghost Gate. Any journey inside the Ghost Fence is dangerous, but even the most timid pilgrim should be safe so long as he does not stray too far from the Ghost Gate and flees from any minions of Dagoth-Ur. When you address the shrine, it is customary to leave a soul gem in remembrance of our ancestors who were bound to the tribunal service. So there's that. We don't need to take the book with us. We can note, I have read the Pilgrim's Path and marked the location of each shrine on my map. And that is the first quest for the Tribunal Temple, Pilgrimages of the Seven Graces. So with that done, I'm going to head back to Junal Leigh's house, because that's everything I need out of here.
Any time now.
Except, of course, for that other,
I will listen, Outlander,
even
but make it quick.
Is the word I'm looking for. It's, that other locked chest, but we'll get to that in a bit. So, in here, of course, we have a few things to do. Just repairing those, but let's drop off our glass arrows. I'll be repairing that. Let's pick up our mortar and pestle. Drop off our ash yam, our bloat. I don't think he had any comberry, but he did have a netch leather. Had one spare petty soul gem. Drop that too. Alright, two things to do now, repairs and alchemy. I'll do those off screen. Gonna go with repairs first, which is why I'm draining off my fatigue. I'll see you on the other side when those two things are done. Alright folks, I just finished the aforementioned crafting festival. You see the iron halberd and chitin shortbow are now in full repair. Armor has increased all the way to 12. In my alchemy session I was able to use all but one scathe crawl, one stone flower, and one wick wheat, and the skill raised to 51. Here is the fully repaired bone mold shield, which I'll be holding on to. Note also that I set aside one portion of droog wax and one empty soul gem pursuant to the directions in the Pilgrim's Path. We'll eventually need to offer those at the temple shrines for that quest. We already have a silver longsword, but we're still actually using it, so I'm not going to set it aside as an offering just yet. Let's head up here now. And sell things
Make
off
it quick, Outlander.
to
I will listen, Outlander, but make it quick.
Where did I put it?
Mebestien.
Go ahead, stranger.
I must say, I find you most interesting right now. Please, go ahead.
Is that not the same chitin shortbow that we
Any
bought from
time
him
now.
before? Apparently it's not. How interesting. It can't restock, can it? That would be crazy. Maybe it can. Let me just see. No, it doesn't restock. He sells too. Cool. Well, let me go off screen to repair this second one right quick, and I will be right back. Alright folks, I was able to get that second chitin short bow fully repaired, armor raised to 13. I came back here just to restock on repair prongs, and now we're ready to head to our next spot, which is going to be the other store in town, and then we'll start the next video with the halfway tavern. We'll probably be able to tackle the fort as well. But before we do that, let's visit Uulernil, the armorer. He's got a guard, of course, so let me see what he does and does not restock. I need to pull up his page on the UESP. I know I'll be buying from him, though, because I know he restocks repair prongs. So welcome, Outlander. What brings you to Pelagiad? Can I help you find a specific place? He's also the first smith we've seen. Just know that you can pay him to repair any items in your inventory if you're not working on armor yourself. So let's just get him up to 100 disposition. It's pretty easy most of the time. There's 94. Just one more success would do it. Alas, not happening. 99, 91, 91, 100. Good. Alright. Now, first we'll dialogue with him while my page pulls up. Background, I am Uulernil, smith. Okay, so he restocks some decent medium armor, imperial chain, that's not bad. He restocks some iron armor, that's pretty good, and some steel armor. Most importantly, though, he restocks repair tools, a set of prongs, and then armor's hammer that come in stacks of 10. He also restocks iron crossbow bolts, steel crossbow bolts, and steel throwing stars. Okay, good, good. I'm set. So Imperial Cult, latest rumors, little advice. If you want to talk to a smith about his trade, talk to Garathmuk Gromuzgub. He is not a master smith, but he's well-spoken, friendly, and knows a lot about smithing in Morrowind. Little secrets. My trade. I am a smith. I make, sell, and repair weapons and armor. I can tell you about the basic armor styles and weapon types. I can also tell you how to take care of worn weapons and worn armor and sell you the armor tools you need. I also repair weapons and armor for a fee. Pelagiad, services, Solstheim, someone in particular, specific place. That's everything. So, let's look around in here for stuff we might need. Or stuff that I might, end up wanting to sell him. So, well, obviously we can steal bread, alchemy ingredient. We're going to want to open this level 25 locked small chest. We'll do that right quick. There we go. Lovely. 100 iron arrows, which do not restock, so we can go ahead and steal them. Okay. Now, he restocks a stack of 10 apprentices' armors, hammers, and a set of 10 repair prongs. I think he carries those on his person. I think the two that are sitting here on the counter, we can steal more or less without consequence. Yep, he's still got his 10. We're good to go. Okay. Let's see, no need for that. I do need to unlock that.
Yes?
I won't be able to unlock either of those yet. But let's make note of them nonetheless. Okay. Now this is going to get just a little tricky. We've got 275 locked chests that I'm just jotting down in a backlog so I remember to come get them once security is higher. Alright. Now in the meantime, let's see if we can't get this open. I think / hope we should be able to, but never know for sure. Ah, good. Got it. It's got 50 gold. Of course we can just take that. Over here,
Any time now.
weapons and armor we'll want to buy if they're damaged and in need of repairs. Let's loot around behind the guard. We have alchemy ingredients, of course. Armor, 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 and a third 75 locked chest. Which I just know I can't open yet. Okay, good. Let's head upstairs. So we've already got everything we need from there. Let's start in here. Ingredients, ingredients, ingredients. All well and good. Nothing here I need. So we'll want to unlock this door next. Nice and easy. Let's head inside where we have a level 15 locked chest. And I just want to see if there's anything under the pillow. There's not. Got that one. Now we got cruel frost arrows, which I'll take. 5 gold, which I'll take. And I'll leave everything else alone. Now I've got a decent supply of repair tools right now, but considering
Let's hear it.
my man here restocks repair prongs, we're now set as far as adventuring and keeping our gear in good repair goes, which is exciting. So let's barter with him. See what else he has that I want. These restock, and I don't need them right now. He's got nothing there. Now in here, there's a good bit of medium armor that I could use, but I don't need it yet, and I'd like to see what I'm able to just find before I spend money on it. Unless, of course, something is damaged and I need to buy it simply for the sake of training up armorer. So let's have a look. Those are all in full condition. So, oh, the Imperial Steel helmet needs repairs, and I don't think I have a heavy helmet yet anyway. So I may well wind up keeping that. Let me double check, because I only barely spotted that that one was actually 10 short. Alright, next one over. Those are all good. Alright, let's look at weapons. That Imperial short sword needs repairs. That may wind up being it. Yep, okay. Well, that's it for now. So let's do all that. You'll note the short sword disappeared from over there. So what I'm going to do is once again go off screen. And I am going to end the episode after this, but I'll show you the results of the session first. And we'll actually end the video at the halfway tavern once I'm ready to have that done. So I have an apprentice's armor's hammer to burn through, so let me just run down my fatigue. Gotta be careful. How is acrobatics doing? 46. Yes, I do need to be careful. Alright, so I got these two things to repair, and then I'll do an alchemy session and sort through things. All that'll be done off screen. I'll see you shortly when it's done. And we're back. I was able to use all but 2 bitter green petals, 6 salt rice, and 1 scales. The skill did not increase. Similarly, armor did not increase, although I successfully repaired both items. I am keeping the Imperial Steel helmet because it turns out I did not have a heavy helmet yet. So it's sitting in there. I'm going to sell off the Imperial short sword along with the potions I made. This is as good a time as any to point out, since he's the first one we've run into, that a lot of merchants in Morrowind are restricted in the types of goods that they will buy. Traders will typically buy everything, and so far we've only been dealing with traders, Ariel and Mebestien Ence. But watch what happens if I try to sell Uulernil a potion. I'll sell him his sword first. That's fine, no problem. But if I try to sell him a potion, I don't buy that item. So, generally speaking, although we'll be shopping for purchases at Smith's, in order to offload, we're going to have to find a trader or a pawnbroker. And unfortunately, they tend to have less gold on hand than the other types of merchants do, but it is what it is. Right, offer that. Wait 24 hours.
I must say, I find you most interesting right now. Please, go ahead.
He actually does restock that kite and short bow. If I were so inclined, and I'm starting to think, to an extent I will be, I could use that to grind up armorer. Because, let me show you this right quick. I need to think about this, because if I could just have this done, do it off screen, that would save a whole lot of hassle the rest of the playthrough. So in order to raise armorer, we need 3 things. Repair tools, which we have restocking at Uulernil. We need damaged equipment, which we have restocking at Mebestien. And of course we need gold to purchase both. My main way to get gold is through alchemy. So what I need to know is, do I have a restocking source of gold? She sells marshmallow. What are her restocking ingredients? That's what I need to know. Because if I can use her to grind up alchemy, then I can do all these things off screen, and we can just be done with it. That would be fantastic. So what does she restock? She restocks ash yams, bitter green petals. Well, she restocks everything except the pearls and the small quam. Okay, no, it's easier to say what she does restock, which is marshmallow, guarhide, chokeweed, bitter green petals, and ash yams. Let me think. Fortify intelligence, fortify... Where's my last quick save? Right outside the fort. Perfect. Okay. Well, shoot. Let me just quickly test this. Because if I can get ash yams, bitter green, chokeweed, marshmallow, even guarhide. How much is that costing me? 51. That's 2 potions. So it's definitely going to be profitable.
Yes. Go ahead.
Now, let's head down here. I've got damaged gear, that restocking kite and short bow. I've got restocking repair tools. I just need any 2 of these things to work, and I'll be in business. So far it's not looking good, is it? Oh my. Ah, see? There. I can make a potion with chokeweed and marshmallow, which means I can grind out alchemy, and I can use the money to grind out armorer. I'm going to do it all off screen, and it'll probably progress gradually, because I have some downtime, like, say, while a video is processing. I can just do some grinding off screen in my downtime.
This is
So
fortunate. How do you do, Altimer?
I'll keep you apprised of exactly what I'm up to, but shoot, there's absolutely no reason not to do this.
Go ahead, stranger.
I had no idea that they ever restocked damaged gear. Armor is such a pain in the ass. I'm not going to make you sit through it. I'm going to do it off screen, but wow. Okay. So we'll dialogue with Igfa in a bit when we come to explore the fort. All I'm really interested in is buying her chokeweed and her marshmallow. I can buy it 5 at a time, which is fine.
Disgusting.
Go ahead, stranger.
Do I have a sickness? No. A lot of times people, that dialogue and, dialogue akin to it typically means that you have a disease. I'm a little confused about why she's saying such hurtful things about my appearance, but that's okay. So, well, now you see. So I'll just be going through a little cycle where I buy those ingredients from Igfa whenever I need gold.
Well, I find myself in pleasant company.
What's this about?
Please, share your thoughts.
And I think she will also buy potions. So I can use that to do 2 things. I can use that to grind alchemy to 100, and I can use it to keep my gold reserves up. I'll be buying chitin short bows from Mebestien, which are also, I think, profitable. As if I buy the damaged one, it's only a single gold. And when I sell it back to him, I think it's 38, something like that. So that's
Quickly, Outlander. I have
My
no
time is precious, so make it quick.
That's another fairly substantial profit. The only thing that's really going to be a gold sink is buying repair tools, but I'm on top of that as well, so yeah, we're going to do it. So that'll all happen off screen. It may be all the way to 100, it may be less, depending on how much downtime and free time I have before I actually come back to record another video, but I promise you will see some progress in Armorer and Alchemy. Alchemy I will almost certainly go ahead and grind to 100 because that's huge. Armorer is a lot slower and requires more patience. So, and unlike the other super slow one, Athletics, I can't just leave it unattended. It requires attention in order to raise it. So that may take some extra time, but regardless, we will be moving those things up. Let me briefly visit my other freely usable skills. Destruction and Alteration I don't have a good way to raise yet. Or, excuse me, a good way to grind yet, because we haven't made it to a spell maker. Security, we need the spell Fenric's Door Jam, and then we can make a... but really, what we need is a spell maker after we learn the lock effect. Then we can grind out security as long as we have purchasable thief tools, which we actually don't have yet, so we couldn't do that. We also have unarmored and light armor, which the limiting factor, because if you fight creatures, they don't actually damage your armor, so they aren't a problem finding a critter to go out and take hits from. The problem, the limiting factor, is actually health. I don't yet have a reliable way to keep my health up, nor do I have a... I mean, of course, I could just kill the thing and rest, so maybe I do. I don't know. I'm wrestling with these things in my head. Bottom line is, off-screen, we're going to do at least some alchemy and armor grinding, and when we come back, I will be ready, at minimum, to head in to the halfway tavern and progress from there. So until then, this has been Let's Play Morrowind. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoy my videos, please do consider clicking an ad, liking, sharing, or subscribing, any or all of which really help me out. Regardless, please know that I really do appreciate the time you spend watching, and hope you have a fantastic day. Bye-bye.